everyone, good morning. My name is Pallavi Nandane. I am from Shivaji Science College, Amravati, class BSc final year. My subject is chemistry seminar on chromatography. Let's see an introduction to chromatography. So, first we know what is chromatography. Chromatography is a physical method of separation in which the components to be separated are distributed between two phases. First is stationary phase and other is mobile phase. Move through in a definite direction. The chromatographic process occurs due to differences in the distribution constant of the individual sample components. Now we see classification of chromatographic techniques. Any chromatographic techniques, two phases are involved. First is mobile phase and other is stationary phase. Stationary phase may be solid, liquid, while mobile phase may be liquid or gas. On the basis of the phases involved, chromatographic techniques can be classified as summarized in table. So, we see in next slide. Okay, the chromatographic techniques can be classified on the basis of the equilibrium process involved, which ultimately depends upon the type of stationary phase and mobile phase. On the basis of these criteria, the chromatographic techniques are classified as follow. So, classification of chromatographic methods. Chromatographic methods are classified in four types: partition, absorption, ion exchange, and size exclusion. This is the paper chromatography. So, now we see the paper chromatography. Paper chromatography. Paper chromatography is a very simple separation technique in which the components of mixture can be separated by the movement of a solvent along a special type of filter paper. The technique is useful for both quantitative and qualitative analysis. The paper of chromatographic techniques involve a simple apparatus and does not require large quantities of sample. This technique was introduced in 1944 by Cotson and Gordon and Martin. Absorption chromatography. So, in this includes ion exchange chromatography, thin layer chromatography and gas solid chromatography. Now we see paper chromatography, modified papers, hydrophilic papers, hydrophobic papers. This can be used. Nature of paper we use. What is the nature of paper? The paper should have maximum degree and clarity of separation. Second, the paper should have negligible diffuses of the spots. The paper should have excellent rate of movement of solvent front. So, nature of developing solvent use. First is solvent must give circular spot on no tailing should occur. Second one, the solvent should be chemically inert toward the components can be separated. Third one, the solvent should not interfere in the detection of components after the development of the chromatogram. Fourth one, the solvent should not be too viscous. And fifth, the RF values of sample should lie between 0.05 and 0.85. Now we see techniques of paper chromatography. The paper chromatography technique can be divided into four types depending upon the way in which the chromatogram is run or developed. These four main types are involved in paper chromatography. The first is ascending paper chromatography, descending paper chromatography. Third one is circular or radial paper chromatography. And fourth is two-dimensional paper chromatography. Now we see the application of paper chromatography. Paper chromatography is specially used for the separation of mixture having polar and non-polar components. For separation of amino acid, it is the determined organic compound, biochemical in urine, etc. Sometimes used to evolution of inorganic compound like salt and complexes. Thank you for seeing this video.